Tell me your thoughts.
That was really good. To quote a very smart vegetable by the name of Bob, actually no, by the name of Larry. I laughed, I cried, it moved me.
It moved you, Bob.
It did. It was.
So, I think one of the reasons this game impacts so many people is because of the way that it really deals with your relationship with the characters, and the twists that it induces in the way that the world works. Oh look, there's a dog.
It's the dog.
People say that that's Toby.
It might be.
Probably. Anyway, what about the story stood out to you the most? Or what about the experience, I guess?
Well, it seems like a very standard game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, kind of like, your standard little fighting games. You fight, you get more experience, you level up.
Sure. It's an RPG.
Yeah, but it takes it and kind of like flips it on its head in a way. So like, I mean, with me, because Toriel said, not to kill anything. I wasn't trying to kill anything, but then at that moment when I was like really frustrated and I like hit it, it wasn't like in like Legend of Zelda where like when you hit something it like makes like this weird kind of noise and then like blah.
Right, it just kind of explodes. It gave off real emotion.
Yeah. And it just makes you really have to consider your choices.
It puts into perspective. Oh, it's sleeping now. It really puts into perspective kind of what you're doing. Because, I mean, a lot of people, I'd say most people, unless you play games for a living, you play games to escape from the things you're doing, I guess. Which is why I personally love them. It takes me out of the things I deal with on a daily basis, or sometimes the things that are in my head. And it gives me a chance to really just do something else and really get into something else. But this game, while you're playing it, also tells you that the actions that you are kind of projecting into the game can kind of change you, almost. So this game really, changed me as a person, which sounds super weird, but, as I go through life, I, think a lot about just what my actions could really be doing, even when things happen in real life and I have every right to be upset. I'm like, everyone does things for not necessarily for a reason, but there's a reason behind the action. You get cut off in traffic and you're like, what an ass. Right? But they could have been frazzled. They might have been really panicked, had a really rough day, and they were about to miss their exit, and they just really needed to get there. You don't know. You know what I mean? It's that kind of...
Or they could just be asshats.
They could just be asshats. You don't know. But the idea of having a positive outlook, really, I think, especially with this ending, the way that it presents it, I think it did a really good job, at least for me.
Also, can we just flash back to the beginning when I'm like, I'll kill Flowey. Flowey's the worst.
Oh, that...
And then I'm sitting here like...
Every time you said it, I was like, look, you can. But obviously because I knew, I was like... I hinted, I was like, would you? And you're like, yes. And I was like, but would you?
And I was sitting there just like...
Yeah. That's I think that twist, the main thing that this person that did everything to be so good then turned out to be so horrible. That made me really kind of change how I look at people, even people who have done horrible things to me or horrible things to people I care about. I think, what made them do these things? Why are they like that? And when I think about what could have happened, it makes me take a step back and go, and at least, even if I can't forgive them or I can't justify the things that they've done, I still am kind of like, there might be something there, So That's Undertale.
Woo!
What a game. You made it. You made it all the way through.
Oh my
I didn't have to
gosh.
do anything for you, even though you asked.
I did. I was like, can you do this for me?
I'm like, no. I mean,
So I only think I had to restart it like 3 times.
what do you mean?
Like the Flowey fight. I didn't think I had to.
No, it didn't take too long. Flowey's bullet hell is much more of a... You really just have to kind of be aware of where your person is and just move around.
And
honestly.
not freak out.
Pretty much.
I did like at the end when my heart just went back together.
You liked that? It really shows, like, it just shows the power that, going forth and doing, you decide to do something, what that does, what it can do for you.
Yeah.
So, great game. That's why so many people like it. And honestly, I think on a much, like, weird, deep level, I think that a lot of these games' themes, like, are themes for, like, actual life. It's interesting. I've thought up a lot of theories. I've thought a lot about this game, which is weird because I usually just beat games and I move on. Zelda games, I beat it, I'm the best, and I move on. Mario games, I beat it in less time and I move on because it's just so easy. But this one really got me to think, and I didn't expect that at all. So it's real good, real good. Bada bing.
Bada boom.
Pretty much.
That was an adventure.
It was. Look at that. That little bit only took you an hour and 40 minutes.
Woo.
But hey, whatever. Neato. Welp. Anything else you would like to say to the vast internet?
Y'all should play it. It's out on the Switch.
Yeah.
So no promo, but if y'all have a Switch, y'all should probably get it because that'll be fun. Maybe I can convince Dad.
Yeah, I think I want all of my siblings to play it. I mean, that's just because I'm biased. But yeah, it's whatever.
I don't think I could watch someone play it and kill things.
Well, the genocide route, you mean?
Not even the genocide route, just neutral. I don't think I could watch someone play it just because they're.
Well, especially now that you've seen it, it's difficult. And for me, I refuse to play the genocide route because I'm afraid I could do it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of finishing it. So, yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, I guess you should save. So that way, if I reset it, then you have to do the neutral. And then if they're like, Aaron, do genocide, I'd be like, find someone else's computer.
You will not contaminate my computer with this save.
Exactly. No sins here.
Yeah, you'd have all the execution points.
Exactly.
And all of the levels of violence.
It'd be bad news. Then Sans would have to step in. You'd have a real bad time.
Okay, the song is so good.
It's so good.
I'm learning it on my bassoon.
It's so good. But, just because it's a good song doesn't mean you have to go fight. If you really want to hear the song and watch people get their asses kicked, just look up First Attack on YouTube from Sans, and you'll see everything you need to know. It's hilarious. Anyway, peace.